Hi guys, welcome back. I've come today to talk to you about meal 5 and the importance of meal 5 because it is extremely important. Now, before people even begin the plan or they've tried a couple of days and they don't fulfill it completely, it's because, oh, I couldn't fit it in, or I'm too full trying to get meal 5 in, oh, we just didn't fancy it. There's a reason why it's there. It's not called 4x5 or 3x2 or whatever, it's 5x5. 5 meals a day for 5 days. Here's why. Now, it's all to do with your metabolism. Your metabolic rate is the tool that's going to help you lose those pounds that you're trying to get rid of. On this chart, metabolic rate is up there, time across the bottom. We're just going to have a basic day. We're going to go from day 1 where your metabolic rate is going to be quite low. Now, you've just woken up here on day 1, okay? Your metabolic rate is there, there's no real kick to it or anything. You get to meal 1 on day 1, that's your porridge or your yogurt. Okay, and your metabolic rate then gets a kick because the only way you can speed it up is through eating or through exercise. So it gets a kick and it starts to climb. Okay, and because we're having 5 meals a day, it's not really that much longer until you get meal 2. So it won't really slow down that much. You'll get to meal 2, which we know is your smoothie, it's your fruit and your greens if you don't have the smoothie, if you just want to eat it normally. Now these are so good for your system that you put them into your body and the little version of you, the little guy on the production line with his safety hat on and everything in your stomach, is getting all this stuff down and he's like, oh perfect, I know exactly what to do with this. And your body gets a massive boost instantly. It gets all the stuff it needs to function at like optimum level. Okay, because it's fruit and it's greens, and that is exactly how we've evolved as a species, eating fruit and greens. So because you're getting the perfect nutrition at meal 2, which is one of the most important meals on the plan, you get an enormous shoot for your metabolic rate, shoots up until you get to meal 3, gives it a damn good kick. So we're now at meal 3, which is where you have some protein, some carbs, maybe some leftovers from the previous night, and another little piece of fruit just to give it another kick. Okay, and you're going to then coast. It's going to reach like a terminal velocity. Okay, it's going to get to its top speed and it's going to reach that roughly about meal 4, where you're getting through your day now. Okay, you're getting to your evening sort of meal time on a normal average sort of day. Meal 4, if you then think, oh, I'm too full, I can't have meal 5 as you're getting through your day, if you stop at meal 4, follow this dashed line down, this is what happens to your metabolic rate. Okay, it's just going to keep on going down and going down while you're sleeping until you wake up here on day 2. Now, once you've had meal 4 and your treat and you've done a little bit of exercise, it's going to coast up still, and then you'll get to meal 5. This is where it is most important because you're having this about probably half an hour to an hour before you go to bed. You don't really want to go to bed with food sat in there because it just feels horrible. Okay, don't believe these stories about, you know, you hear all these wives' tales of you shouldn't eat after 7 p.m. at night because it sits in your belly. Well, what if you're awake at 6 p.m. and you work through the night shift? It's absolute nonsense, okay? This is how your body works, don't listen to that. So, you get to meal 5, even if you have just a couple of big mouthfuls of your cereal, it will give your metabolic rate another little kick just before it goes into sleep mode, okay? So, you're going to coast up after your exercise, reach meal 5, and then it's going to take a nice slow drop again until you wake up on day 2. Now your metabolic rate is going to be higher having had the 5th meal here. It's going to be higher when you wake up on day 2 than if you missed it and you're only stuck to the 4 meals. This is why it's 5x5. Not only that, but we've specifically chosen cereals, healthy cereals like bran flakes that are nice and high in fibre, so that your brain can get the glucose, because your brain is fueled on glucose. Okay, the more glucose in your brain, the better it works, the sharper you are, the more upbeat you are. So not only are you going to wake up on day 2 with a metabolic rate that is pumping, primed and ready for action, ready for your porridge or your yogurt again, but you're going to wake up with a brain that's ready for action, it's ready to go. Okay, this is why meal 5 is so important on this plan. That is why it's 5x5. Okay? Trust and believe, be prepared, be consistent and have faith, even if you only have a couple of mouthfuls, Meal 5 is 100% absolutely necessary. Thank you very much.